The phone buzzed on the table, its screen flaring to life like a beacon in the dim restaurant. My heart lurched as I saw her name, Clara, glowing across the notification. A photo. Her face, radiant under the soft golden light of a chandelier, lips curled in a playful smirk, captioned, "Out with the girls tonight. Miss you, babe." My thumb hovered over the screen, a knot tightening in my chest. Something about the image felt wrong, like a chord struck out of tune. Her eyes sparkled, but they weren't looking at the camera. They were angled slightly to her left, toward someone unseen. I zoomed in, my pulse quickening. In the blurred background, a man's hand rested on the table, a gold watch glinting. My stomach churned. I didn't own a gold watch. Across from me, Emily, my old college friend, sipped her wine, oblivious to the storm brewing in my gut. We'd chosen this upscale Italian place, La Dolce Vita, on a whim, a rare night to catch up, surrounded by the clink of glasses and the murmur of intimate conversations. The air smelled of garlic and rosemary, but now it felt thick, suffocating. I glanced around, my eyes scanning the room, and then I froze. There, 2 tables away, was Clara. Her auburn hair cascaded over her shoulders, her laugh carrying faintly over the hum of the restaurant. She wasn't with the girls. She was with him. The man leaned closer, his voice low, his hand brushing hers as he passed her a breadstick. My breath caught, sharp and jagged, like glass in my throat. I knew that face, Mark, her coworker, the one she'd mentioned in passing, always with a casual shrug. "He's just a friend," she'd said, her tone light but her eyes darting away. I'd believed her. Or wanted to. Now, watching them, I felt the world tilt, the edges of my vision blurring with a mix of rage and disbelief. "Tom, you okay?" Emily's voice cut through the haze, her brow furrowed. She followed my gaze, and her eyes widened. "Wait, isn't that?" "Don't," I snapped, quieter than I meant, my voice raw. My hands trembled as I set the phone down, the selfie still burning in my mind. I wanted to storm over, to demand answers, to shatter their cozy little scene. But something held me back. Fear, maybe, or the desperate hope that I was wrong. That this was a misunderstanding. That Clara, my Clara, who'd kissed me goodbye that morning with coffee on her breath, wasn't unraveling our life in front of me. Emily leaned forward, her voice a whisper. "Tom, talk to me. What's going on?" I swallowed, my throat dry. "She sent me that photo. Said she was out with friends. But she's with him." The word tasted like bile. I glanced at their table again. Clara's hand lingered on Mark's arm, her laugh brighter now, unguarded. My chest ached, a hollow, gnawing pain. How long had this been going on? The late nights at the office, the sudden weekend plans with colleagues, the way her phone was always face down lately, it all crashed over me, a tidal wave of red flags I'd ignored. Emily's eyes softened, but there was something else there, recognition. She hesitated, then reached for her purse, pulling out her phone. "Tom, there's something you should know." Her fingers moved quickly, pulling up a photo. She slid the phone toward me. It was Mark, smiling at a barbecue, his arm around a woman with dark hair and a warm, unsuspecting smile. "This is my friend Sarah," Emily said, her voice tight. "Mark's wife." The words hit like a punch. Sarah. Mark's wife. My gaze flicked back to Clara and Mark, their heads bent close, oblivious to the world. Oblivious to me. Sitting here with the wife of the man my fiancé was touching like he was hers. The restaurant's warmth turned oppressive, the clatter of dishes and laughter mocking the chaos in my head. I wanted to scream, to cry, to disappear. Instead, I stared at Emily, my voice barely a whisper. "Does Sarah know?" Emily shook her head, her lips a thin line. "She thinks he's at a work conference." "I didn't know. I swear, Tom, I didn't know it was Clara." Her voice cracked, mirroring the fracture in my heart. We were both caught in this betrayal, tethered by our shared shock, our shared ruin. I forced myself to look at Clara again. Her smile was a knife, twisting deeper with every second. I remembered the way she'd curled into me on the couch last weekend, her head on my chest, promising forever. Had it all been a lie? Or was this new a mistake, a fleeting lapse she'd regret? My mind spun, grasping for excuses, for anything to soften the truth staring me in the face. "Tom, what are you going to do?" Emily's question was gentle but urgent, pulling me back. I didn't know. I wanted to confront them, to make them feel the weight of their deception. But I also wanted to run, to pretend I hadn't seen, to keep the fragile illusion of our life intact. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Clara. Having so much fun. Wish you were here. The irony burned, a cruel taunt. I stood, my chair scraping against the hardwood floor. Emily grabbed my wrist. Don't do anything rash, she pleaded, but her eyes betrayed her own anger, her own need for answers. I shook her off, my steps unsteady as I crossed the restaurant. The world narrowed to Clara's table, to the way her fingers intertwined with Mark's, to the intimacy I'd thought was mine alone. Clara, I said, my voice low but sharp enough to cut through their laughter. Her head snapped up, her eyes widening in horror as she saw me. The color drained from her face, her hand jerking back from Mark's like it burned. Mark froze, his jaw tightening, recognition dawning as he realized who I was. Tom, Clara stammered, her voice shaking. What are you doing here? I held up my phone, the selfie glaring accusingly. You sent me this. Said you were with the girls. My voice cracked, betraying the hurt I couldn't hide. Who's this, Clara? Who's he to you? Mark shifted, his chair creaking, but he said nothing, his eyes darting between us. The restaurant seemed to hush, every eye on us, the air thick with anticipation. Clara's lips parted, but no words came. Her silence was louder than any confession, a confirmation that sliced through me. Tom, please, she finally whispered, tears welling. It's not what you think. Then what is it? I demanded, my voice rising despite myself. Because it looks like you're sitting here, laughing, touching him, while you lie to me, while you send me this. I shoved the phone toward her, the selfie a damning mirror of her betrayal. Mark cleared his throat, finally speaking. Look, man, let's not make a scene. His tone was calm, almost patronizing, and it ignited something in me, fury, raw and uncontainable. Don't, I snapped, turning on him. Don't you dare act like you're innocent. You're married, aren't you? To Sarah. His face paled, and I saw the truth in his eyes, guilt, fear, the weight of his own lies. Clara's gaze snapped to him, shock mingling with her panic. Did she not know? Was she as betrayed as I was? The restaurant spun, the walls closing in. Clara reached for me, her hand trembling. Tom, I love you. I swear I didn't mean. Stop, I said, stepping back, my voice breaking. Just stop. I turned to Mark, my fists clenched. And you, does Sarah know you're here, playing house with my fiancé? Mark's silence was his answer. Clara sobbed, her hands covering her face, but I couldn't look at her. Not yet. Not when my heart was shattering, piece by jagged piece. Emily appeared at my side, her presence steadying me. Let's go, Tom, she said softly. You don't need this. But I did. I needed answers, closure, something to make sense of the wreckage. Instead, I walked away, leaving Clara and Mark in their guilty silence, their secrets exposed under the unforgiving light of La Dolce Vita. As I stepped into the cool night air, Emily's hand on my shoulder, my phone buzzed again. Another message from Clara. I'm so sorry. Please let me explain. I deleted it, my heart a battlefield of love and betrayal, knowing some truths were too heavy to forgive.